happy Monday, and welcome back to my very serious advice channel. Let's r/relationship advice I sorted by most controversial posts of the month, because that's how you find the good stuff. As you guys know on this channel, you get down to the good ooey gooey goo. So let's give some relationship advice. I love giving advice. If you want me to give you advice, just email me, nickisnotgreenmerch@gmail.com. But it has to be good advice. I'm not trying to do like confessions on a channel and advice on another channel. If you have something juicy that you think you need advice on, then tell me. But don't give me some bull crap. Don't lie. I'm sick of people just trying to get in a video. You're not gonna get in a video. I can read right through all of you. I'm only asking this for people who have specific advice, okay? Stop trying to be weird. Boyfriend, 24 male, farted in front of his ex, 24 female, but won't fart in front of me, 26 female. Now this is a classic issue. It's like the old love triangle in a lot of those TV shows with a bunch of teens that are played by 30-year-olds. There's always a third person, and you have a relationship that's going great, but there's no farting, and then you learn that your partner's been farting with someone else. And that's a big issue. That actually can cause a lot of strife between a relationship. That's like the fault line that begins to crack and turn you two against each other. You gotta have a fart understanding. And I'm not saying anyone needs to fart. I would love it if I dated someone and they just didn't fart ever. Is that crazy to say, that I wouldn't care if someone never farted again? I've heard fart sounds. I think they're funny sometimes, but it's not worth farting in general. I would totally sacrifice farting as a whole if it meant that we didn't have to deal with farts anymore. That's a good question for you guys out there. Would you abolish farting as a whole if it meant that you never got to hear any funny fart videos, or your friends couldn't fart and make funny sounds again? You could make fart noises with your mouth though. But then farting is gone as a whole, and you don't have to smell anyone's farts. You don't have to worry about someone ripping ass. When you rip ass, you poop every time. So you know if you're gonna rip ass, you gotta go poop. This is obviously a throwaway account because my boyfriend follows my Reddit profile. Not obvious. You had to tell us. I don't know why you say obviously. This is like not something that you need an anonymous account for. Anyways, need serious advice. Me, 26 female, and my current boyfriend, 24 male, have been dating for 2 years and everything's been going pretty well. We even have tentative plans to buy an apartment together. For about a month though, we've been stuck in a serious rut. If you've been stuck in a rut for a serious month, my first relationship advice is to stop planning on moving into an apartment with each other. Why does everyone get so eager to move in with people? Everyone I talk to, it's like, we gotta move in at some point. What is this living situation? You're under this societal expectation that a living space is something that exists on a romantic scale, and once things get serious, you have to let someone into your living. You don't have to do that, but it can help a lot of people financially to be able to find a roommate that they're comfortable with. But at the end of the day, if it was me, I'd prioritize my relationship above living with the person and getting to spend more time with them, because in a lot of ways it can hurt their relationship, especially in the starting points. It says that they've been going for 2 years, so I don't think it's the craziest thing to think that maybe try out. I wouldn't say buy an apartment. I don't know if they bought an apartment, or if they're just like renting it for like a few months. I wouldn't sign on to anything too long though. But listen, I don't know your relationship. Maybe it's just unbelievable, besides the fact that you have to post anonymous relationship advice about farting. That's how I know you shouldn't move in together. Basically, I was joking around about the fact that he's never farted in front of a woman. We tease each other a lot, nothing out of the ordinary. And he got the uncomfortable look on his face that he always gets when I know he's hiding something. So was there an understanding before that he's never farted in front of a woman before? Or was it the fact that he always leaves the room to fart, or never farts in front of her for 2 years and then she just assumed? But I don't think that's the way she would bring it up. I don't think she would have been like, you've never farted in front of a woman before. The only way she'd say that is if he said, I'm sure we'll learn that. Maybe he told her that he's never farted in front of a woman. But then this wouldn't have come up, because then he wouldn't have gotten all weird about it. He tried to change the subject, but I insisted on knowing what he was keeping from me. Finally, he cracked and told me that he used to fart in front of his ex, 24 female. Okay, dude. But he was younger, so he changed, and if he doesn't want to fart anymore... Oh my gosh, is this about to be like actually a real thing that someone's upset about in this world? In this godforsaken world of a 2-year relationship, suddenly it stops because someone farted in front of someone else in the past. It was in the past too. It's like saying that your boyfriend doesn't do something in bed, and then you're like, oh, it's crazy you've never done this in bed, and then he's like, oh, I actually did it once before with this person, and then you got upset because he did that thing. It's like, what if he doesn't want to do it anymore? What are you mad about? Let me finish the story though. Maybe I don't have all of the context. This was a real shocker for me since he's been clear from the beginning that he finds breaking wind unattractive. Cannot talk today. Breaking wind. Breaking wind. Breaking news. This girl's weird. If he says he finds it unattractive personally, then he probably used to do it and something happened and now he doesn't find it attractive. If he used to do it in the past. I think the wording of this is weird, saying he like finds it unattractive, but like your preference is your preference, dude. If you don't want girls farting around you, I'll be honest, I don't want girls farting a lot around me either. I don't think I'd find it attractive if anyone farted around me, but I don't think it would freak me out or upset me. I think I would just, if I was to have a button in front of me and it would say, would you like the girl to fart or the girl to not fart? I'd probably say not fart 100% of the time. But if the girl did fart, I could not find myself being in an upset position. That's besides the point. I couldn't think of anything to say and the mood died instantly. Since then, we kept arguing about the same thing over and over. I can't let go of the thought that he might have been more comfortable in his last relationship. Okay, dude, what are you saying? What do you mean he might have been more comfortable in his last relationship? Because he farted in front of them? Maybe it was just a different context of the relationship, or something happened with the farts, and so now he doesn't feel comfortable about it. What if his ex told him that the farts were unattractive and it changed and warped his perspective of how he sees farts now, and so he came into this new relationship and he decided to be vulnerable and tell you that farts upsetted him, and then the moment you found out that he used to fart, you're gonna demonize him? What if he doesn't want to fart anymore? I also feel slightly cheated since I found farting around your significant other to be a sign of affection and comfort, but I always held them in because of his preferences. What is going on? This is like that Darman video or the Samir Bhavnani video or whatever, where the girl doesn't fart around him or whatever, or the girl farts and then he like gets upset that she farted and leaves. Listen, I am someone who loves to be in a very comfortable relationship. I always have been. I cannot be in a relationship that's not like very open and honest and like straightforward. But at the same time, I'm okay with admitting that I would rather not be farting around each other all the time. I'm not the type of person with friends or significant others or anybody where I'm sitting on the couch and someone will be next to me and they'll fart and I won't be grossed out by it. That's just a personal thing. And it's only because they sometimes smell, and I don't like the idea of actually smelling something that came out of someone's ass. Personally, not a big fan of it. That's okay. And listen, I'm not gonna go to someone in a relationship and be like, farts are unattractive. But if they farted around me a million times, I'd say, hey, stop, can you just not fart? I think it's a little gross. Oh my God. Okay, let me finish this. I always held them in because of his preferences. Now it turns out he didn't have those preferences. Dude, do you not understand how time works? Sometimes people want something and then they don't end up wanting it in the future. Sometimes people are comfortable with farting and then they become uncomfortable with farting. What, like, are you insane? Are you being obtuse on purpose? This is the most obvious thing. It's like he used to like it, he doesn't anymore. Like what part of that is not like connecting with her? He keeps reassuring me that this is the best relationship he's ever had and that I'm the one he wants to marry and start a family with, and that it was only a once in a while thing. Cool, makes sense. You can have the best relationship ever and have farted every once in a while. This is such a funny post. It's not that he doesn't have those preferences, dude. It's just that he used to not have them and now he does, you weirdo. I want to believe what he says, but every time I've asked him to prove this to me by farting in front of me, I know a lot of you might be thinking, is this a joke? But I read the post and then kind of skimmed through the comments, because whenever something is obviously a lie, I'll like slide through the comments and I'll see everyone being like, OP posted this and it wasn't, like whatever. So this poster could just be lying and this could be the first post, but so far, at least according to the comments, it checks out, which means that this is insane. It looks like a joke, but no one took it as a joke in the comments, so I feel like I need to take it seriously. But she's asking him to fart in front of her, which is very funny. That is actually really funny. This is like a TV show, and you'd be like, well, if you love me so much, then just do it. Do what? I don't know what you're talking about. You know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. Oh, I do? I do know exactly what the hell you're talking about? Then tell me. Tell me what you want me to do, because then I'll do it. You have to fart for me. Do it. Do it. You gotta fart right now. I don't want to fart. Out your, I don't want to. I used to like fart it. Out your butt. Fart out your butt. I want to believe what he says, but every time I've asked him to prove this to me by farting in front of me, he's gotten defensive. I also feel worried whenever he's hanging out with his female friends, parentheses, he has quite a lot, about whether he feels more comfortable with them than with me. Dude, it's a fart. It's an actual fart. And you are 26 years old. Like, what? This is just absurd. What the heck am I supposed to do, Reddit? I've tried to let it go, but even typing this out makes me feel both dumb and unwanted. I don't know what could possibly solve this. We never promised each other forever, but I never envisioned that farting, or lack thereof, would be the end of our relationship. Yeah, It shouldn't be. You're being weird for this. If you feel unwanted and weird, first of all, talk to him about it. If you're butting heads on this issue, then maybe this isn't the best relationship for you to be in. If your boyfriend doesn't understand that you have this weird like connection to farts, and then you don't understand that your boyfriend maybe just doesn't want to fart. Maybe it's not the best relationship for you to be in, okay? So maybe ask him and talk to him about it, and if you're not willing to ask him and talk to him about it, then you shouldn't be in a relationship where you're not willing to talk and ask the person about the things that you're upset about. He genuinely the one I want to marry, and the only man I've truly loved. Has anyone been through something similar? Did you break it off? I have no one in real life to turn to. Thanks in advance. Yeah, no one's gone through anything similar, and because of that, no one broke it off. This is a very weird situation. You're weird for this, and all of this is weird, and I'm not into it. I personally would like to not have a conversation about the fart story. I think we know where everyone lands on the fart story. Top comment. I'm sorry, I can't get past the hilarity of prove your feelings for me by farting. Have you just asked him why he felt comfortable doing it in front of her but not in front of you? Does he think you might not like it? Does he think it might make you less attracted to him? Does he think farts were the cause of the last relationship ending? Like, these are all questions that feel like they should be known. Like, why would she hold in all this stuff and not just be like, oh, why did you fart in front of her and not in front of me? And then he would just be like, I guess I was comfortable with it, and now I just feel a little weird about it. And that's the end of the conversation, because, you know, it's farts, and it's weird to care about them. Let him have this, someone said. That's so funny. This one thing, you need to let him have just this one thing. He farted around his ex, and he decided he didn't really like it. Unless this is a serious kink of yours, let him fart elsewhere. If you two move in, he's gonna end up farting around you. Just enjoy the non-fart time while you can. This whole thing seems like a big farting mess. Just talk. How many times is the answer to these questions? Just talk to your partner. If you need to start going on Reddit for advice, you've already put yourself in a position where I'm like, you should start thinking about breaking up with your partner, because you should have people that you can turn to, real life people, and you know their morals and values, and you can trust their opinion rather than asking like a swath of anonymous people online. Like, talk to someone who knows the actual context of you and your relationship and can give you real advice, because when you're talking through the mouth of someone and you have to type it all out and no one knows the story and you're the person in the story, like, everything just gets, there's no real advice you can give to these people. But this one, usually when the person makes themselves look bad without trying, that's how you know they're wrong. I don't even know how you could make that farting story sound better or worse. It's just, it is and it exists. I think my thesis is that most people in relationships should be a little more careful. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's not about relationships as a whole. I think that a lot of people in relationships are going and are with the person that they're going to end up with forever, and they probably will be happy forever. And that's like amazing. But until you find that, be a little more careful. Even if your hormones are telling you that this is it, this is everything, breathe. Okay? Take a second and breathe, and then think about what you want to do. You don't need to like get all excited and put your life to the side for someone who you might have a farting issue with down the line. You don't want to do that. Anyways, that's the video. Thank you. I appreciate you all for watching. There's 2 awesome, funny, epic videos on the screen right here, and you should watch them and check them out. And I really appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for hanging out with me and watching the video. It's over now. Bye.